Hello and welcome back to another video on us today and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. Big show today, two major outs on there, and title bouts on there, but yeah, obviously the show is kind of really overshadowed by this tragic passing of Jay Briscoe. For reasons AEW can do a tribute show here, which I just don't agree with, to be honest, but they have filmed a special show that we're going up on Honor Club soon, and that's available for free, so that's a nice gesture. Without further ado, let's get straight into the show. The All-Atlantic title was on the line as Orange Cassidy defended against Jay Lethal. Soon Dart and Jarrett came through the crowd and took seats near the ring. Cassidy and Lethal battled inside the ring and the champion got too near the fields early on. Cassidy was sent outside and Danhausen best friends joined Jarrett and co. Lethal was in control during this stage. He stomped on Cassidy, followed by throwing him out on the floor. Lethal then showed Cassidy's spine into the ring and continued his offense. Inside the ring, a stat suplex got a 2 count for Lethal. Latter went for the top rope fairway drop, but Cassidy kept rolling around the ring. The champ came back into the match by slamming Lethal's head onto the turnbuckle and hitting the stun dog millionaire. He then got a 2 count by a DDT, but OC went to the top rope, but Jay Lethal countered with a lethal combination. He hit the move soon after, however Cassidy rolled out the ring. After outside interference, Cassidy managed to connect with the orange punch to retain his title. Post-match, Shane came in and licked a choke slam of best friends, but Sanjay Dutt stopped him and did the same with Jeff Jarrett. Orange Cassidy macked Dutt as the heels walked away. Interesting move by Dutt to end the segment, but let's get to 7 out of 10 from me. Fun match from Cassidy. Lethal was great as well, of course, just a good match to kick off the show. Cassidy continues with his decent title reign and teasing something with Dutt, Lethal and all of that group. It was then time for the Young Bucks versus Top Flight on Dynamite. Dante Martin and Nick Jackson started the match respectively. After back and forth, both stars came in at the stand, so Dante got kickers, Jackson tagged in, Top Flight then got in some tags to keep on the momentum. The Young Bucks returned with the favour for some quick tag team offense. Nick Jackson and Dante Martin were legal men. The latter was kept in the Bucks corner. Matt Jackson tagged in and continued his team assault on Dante. Nick got back in and hit a series of leg drops before getting in Darius Martin's face on the apron. Dante then looked to make the tag to Darius, but Young Bucks took him out on the apron. Nick and Matt continued their tag team assault on Dante and got a 2 count from his frog splash. Dante finally tagged in Darius as he unloaded with multiple shots. He hit a smash fire and suicide dive on the Young Bucks. Darius Martin then hit a diving crossbody drop for a 2 count as the match rolled on. After a brief exchange between the two teams, Dante Martin took Nick Jackson to the outside. Top Flight then hit a powerbomb nosedive combination move on Matt for a 2 count, but Nick saves the match. Young Bucks connected with the Doomsday device, which was of course the Driscoll brothers move, which is a nice touch, but Dante Martin broke the pin. He then went for a suicide drive and got taken out. Towards the end of the match, Nick and Matt went for the BTE trigger, but Darius survived it and got the roll-out cover for the victory. What a huge drop this was for Top Flight. Gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Like I say, massive for them. Really put them over after they've had such a good run recently. Just a super match too. So great stuff. 8 out of 10. Guns were out next and said the Acclaimed barriers to them last week. The champions finally came out to interrupt Colton and Austin. Max set shots at Guns with his trademark rap. The two teams then confronted each other before battling in the ring. Bobby Guns stopped the fight as heels walked away from the ring. Gunn then said next week will be a family therapy session on Dynamite, which is sure to be entertaining. Before we got Jake Hager versus Ricky Starks. Jake Hager charged at Starks to start the match. He wore a purple cap and mocked Starks. The Absolute fought back with a dropkick and Hager's cap wearing it. The former WWE superstar was sent outside before he took out Starks at the ringside area. 2.8 got some cheap starts on Ricky. Hager continued his domination and hit a vicious shots. He then hit a base way suplex and told 2.8 to bring out a table. Starks then looked to make a comeback. Hager stopped him in his tracks. The Absolute unloaded in the corner, but Hager looked to hit a powerbomb, which Starks avoided. Starks then hit a spring body drop before dropping Hager with a DDT for a 2 count. After a brief distraction from the JAS member, Starks managed to connect with the spear on Hager to get a pinfall dub. Post-match, JAS members came down to the ring, but Starks ran through the crowd to end the segment. Jake gets 6 out of 10 from me. Not a bad match at all, really. Starks going to win, which is kind of what we all expected. But just kind of a run-and-mill segment. I guess with the tag team match next week, we're going to start building up a bit more, really. It was then time for Bryan Danielson versus Bandido. Both men scored in the middle of the ring. Bandido looked for a handshake, but Danielson kicked him instead. He then continued his mat-based offense on his opponent. Danielson trapped Bandido's knees and stomped on them. The latter held Danielson's arm and got a series of near falls before the former WWE superstar got up and hit a headbutt. Bandido then hit a stalling hip toss as Danielson escaped outside. The former continued his onslaught and hit 2 suicide dives. Danielson avoided another high flying as Bandido crashed and burned inside the ring. The American Dragon was in control during this phase of the match. He hung Bandido upside down on the turnbuckle and kicked him multiple times. After back and forth, both men were down on the mat. The two exchanged shots before Danielson continued with his kicks. Bandido hit a thrust kick and followed up with a display vertical suplex. Bandido looked to hit a flying move on Danielson, but the latter got his knees up. He then applied the bell lock, and Bandido reached the ropes after much trouble. The T-Stars got in near falls and looked exhausted inside the squares circle. Bandido was sent outside, and Danielson followed up with a jumping knee. Towards the end, Bandido hit the 21 plex, and they only got a two count. He one rocked Danielson with a thrust kick. After a brief exchange, Danielson hit a psycho knee to pick up the pinfall win. After the match, MJF appeared on the Triton and claimed people don't respect him. He then cut a vague promo about not even a dragon being able to face a monster behind a mask, and Brian Cage was revealed as his opponent for next week, Danielson. But yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10. Really, really good fun match between two outstanding wrestlers. I think that's fair to say. Danielson continues his win, and I guess the challenges are going to continue and grow. But Danielson, we know how bloody great he is, and it's great watching him wrestle every week, to be honest. Next up was Willow Nightingale versus Toni Storm. They battled in the middle ring. Storm applied the side headlock as Willow powered out. She got one count after hitting a crossbody drop. Storm looked for a handshake with Willow, and they ended up slapping her instead. Toni Storm then hit a hip attack to send Willow Nightingale outside. Shida and Saraya then argued at ringside before Storm continued her momentum and targeted Willow's neck. The latter came back into the match and Area followed up with a spine buster for a 2 count. She then next hit a drop kick from the middle rope, but Storm dodged it. Storm then hit a hip attack in the corner and hit a DDT for a 2 count. Willow Nightingale recovered and hit a cannonball for a 2 count. So Ray came up on the apron and distracted Willow, and it allowed Storm to pick up the pinfall win. Post-match, Saraya and Storm attacked Willow, but Ruby Soho came in for the save. So the newly turned heels looked proud of themselves as Soho looked confused by their actions inside the ring. And yes, Saraya heel turn. I mean, I know there's kind of been teasers of it through the last few weeks, but I did not see it coming this soon, to be honest. So yeah, it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Definitely intrigued to see what they're going to do as heels. Didn't see it coming this soon, especially as Saraya's only just debuted. But yeah, like I say, intrigued to see what they're going to do. 7 out of 10. It was then main event time, Darby Allin versus Kushida for the TNT title. Both men tried to get the upper hand early on. Kushida locked Darby in a hammerlock before Darby did the same thing. The champion then judged his hand down with a shoulder attack and got a 1 count. Kushida came out with a dropkick as the action spilled outside. Kushida was thrown into barricades and his head slammed onto the steel structure. Inside the ring, Kushida recovered and continued his offense. At one point in the match, Darby took out Kushida's entourage on the outside before the former WWE superstar viciously attacked Allen's shoulder. Kushida hit a palm strike on Allen and got a 2 count. He then applied a submission move, twisting the champion's shoulder. After a back and forth, Darby hit the Scorpion Death Drop as both men were down on the mat. He then hit some palm strikes before being taken out by Kushida. The latter continued his assault on Allen's shoulder. Darby then hit a shotgun dropkick, but Kushida rolled it and knocked in the Juju Gatatame. He then applied a horrible lock as Kushida's entourage handed the Stinger Whitetail. Allen fought out of Kushida's submission and hit the last supper to pick up the pinfall dub. And yeah, it gets an 8 out of 10 from me. This was such a good match, really exceeded my expectations, even though my expectations for this match were sky high, of course they were. Yeah, just a really great match. Darby retains. Kushida looks like a beast, and yeah, I'd love to see more in AEW because yeah, he's just bloody great. Overall, Dynamite this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, really fun show this week. Dynamite, I thought, lots going on. Some really fun matches throughout the card. Title defense is great. Saraya turning heel, definitely a move that I didn't see coming, but kind of intrigued to see where it goes. But yeah, on the whole, just a really fun episode of Dynamite with some great matches throughout the card. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Until next, subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below and follow the show for daily wrestling news and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.